So let's see what's going on. Is you? Okay, I think we are live and we're gonna start this.
Hello.
Okay, we are live. And yes, here is Seth. Everybody, say hi.
How you
Seth,
doing? Seth
we
Melendez.
are live.
How you doing today, you gal?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Okay, very nice. And so let me put the banners here because I didn't put them. Okay. Welcome. This is the Cybersecurity Insider. I'm your host, Igal Behar. Today we have our guest, Seth Melendez. Melendez. You're gonna
Melendez.
Melen-
Melendez.
Melendez. Okay. And yeah, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We're gonna be on YouTube. We're gonna be audio, Podbean, I don't know, all those places. You can find us. As you can see, we did some renovation here in the studio. We had some lights, we did some background changes, and more changes are coming. And what else? Okay, if you want to send us requests, you can connect with us through the email. Send us an email to podcast at thecybersecurityinsider.com. Podcast at thecybersecurityinsider.com. You can leave us some comments in the comments box. And Seth, I prepared two items on the menu today. So I'm going to hide this and hide this. And I don't know if you heard about this. Dell Customer Database Compromised. Did you hear about this?
No, when did that happen?
Oh, mm, apparently it happened. If I'm looking at the news item, it well, it doesn't say what it happens, but it says that Dell Technologies has begun notifying customers that the company is investigating a cybersecurity incident involving a Dell portal. According to the notification message, the portal contains a database that holds customer names, physical addresses, and hardware and order information. Um, Talking about 49 million people who got this notification. So if you happen to work with Dell or you are a Dell customer, you should expect that your information is out there, being compromised, and that's it. That's what I can say.
Change your passwords.
What?
Change your passwords.
Well, not only changing your password, but also what else?
Credit cards, if you have it.
No, they
Uh,
only said only physical addresses have been compromised, names.
oh, okay. I didn't know if we got all their other credit card information, the people buyers, the consumers.
Well, it doesn't say here. It says order information. I mean, order information can say hardware, software that you purchased, but maybe order information can include also other pieces of information. So I don't know what else is out there.
What I in a circumstance like that, what I usually do is go check, see what credit card they have, and make sure that that credit card company, make sure whatever it is that's up to date, and lock it down, just for the time being. Make sure that nobody can use it. um, Stuff like that. You go in and you make sure that anything connecting to that account is secure. If the credit card, you haven't updated the password in over a year with that one, now's the opportune time to do it. Automatically change the password for all your Dell accounts, um, things like that. That's one of the biggest, easiest things you can do is just go and check anything that's connected and make sure that everything is up to date.
Okay, great. I think I don't have anything to add to it. And
Password manager. Get a
the
password manager. Get a password manager.
okay, yeah, absolutely. And the next item is some good news. Did you hear about this one?
Good.
Library of Congress, MFA, fended of October breach. Okay, finally we get some good news here, no? What do you say?
Did they tell you how they offended it all?
Okay, I'm gonna read you. Okay, so here's the message. According to information obtained by NextGov FCW, the U.S. Library of Congress, say LOC, experienced an attempt cyber attack the same day that the UK British Library was breached. Interesting. There's maybe a linkage between both of them. Libraries, either on the British and another one is the US. Last fall. Oh, last fall. Okay. Because the LOC, Library of Congress, has multi-factor authentication, MFA in place, the attempted breach was unsuccessful. Once the Library of Congress became aware of the attempt, they took targeted services offline. Since then, U.S. Library of Congress has begun decommissioning old equipment and adopting new security tools. Well, it's about time.
Hmm. Well, if they already implemented all this security, they probably were a little slow in cleaning up whatever remnants they had. So this probably pushed it along.
Yeah. I mean, this is again shows a successful, uh, showing a successful, well, attempt to breach, but a successful fending a breach or attempt to a
Right.
breach.
Right, for defense. Exactly.
Yeah, with the Fed. So this is actually a good sign. It's probably something that show us that they are changing something in state of mind, and finally they are using new technology and using MFA in order really to do a better job defending their systems. But the fact that they are decommissioning other older systems, so that also probably gave them the push to do that while they were supposed to do it maybe earlier, and this event just pushed them forward to make those changes. So this is kind of you're not going to make any change until you feel the danger and imminent danger, and then you're going to do something about it, and they did it, and that actually a good thing. I mean, maybe the other downside that I see that maybe they should do it earlier, but they waited for the last minute. So okay, I mean, it's a good thing, no?
Yeah, but it looks like the woman that's in charge since 2021 came out of a lot of government contractors. She was in the military. She also worked for AT&T, Booz Allen, which does a lot of headhunting. They do a lot of headhunting and IT related stuff there. Raytheon, so it's not bad. She came out of a good shop. And looks like she's got really good foundational work. So good for her.
Yeah. Okay. So it's also having the right people in the right places to make sure that those things won't happen. And this is where we see that um, getting the people that you need in order to make sure that your security posture is really improving over time, and not because security is not a one-time thing that you do.
Not it's
it
constant.
it it requires training. Like today we did for a new client that they suffered the breach. uh, we did for them a cybersecurity training, and after that, the consultant asked them, "Okay, how are you guys feeling?" And said, "Oh, we definitely feeling safer now because we know you. We got now the training, and earlier we got what we needed, all the security controls in place." This is the way I understand the message. Um, so definitely, people should look at those things and make sure that they have the training and they have the tools and the personnel to operate those tools. All of them are supposed to help with the preventing a breach.
And one of the biggest things, I know you mentioned the training, you mentioned all that. I think one of the biggest thing is the company has to have a culture of accountability. It doesn't matter what policy they put in place. If there's no ramification for not following it, it doesn't matter what they do. So if you tell people they have to do MFA or they have to do a security a certain type of way and they don't do it, and yet they don't get in trouble for it, then that's where the problem comes in. The supervisors have to be held accountable, and the people that flout the security, like people like when they say don't go searching or surfing with company equipment or company time, if you get caught, there should be accountability there. So one of the biggest things that I see that how you know they will implement a really sound IT cybersecurity, stance is if there is some accountability. If there's none, it'll never work no matter what they do. They could be Fort Knox. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because in the end of the day, it's not about the technology; it's more about the people that operate that technology.
Right? If they don't
And
buy in,
yes, and if you don't have support from management, and if the employees don't care so much, but it probably comes from top to down. If the employees don't see that the management are supporting those initiatives, they are not going to do anything about it. Well, if they don't care, why we should care about this? So absolutely, it's coming from top to down. And as you said, company culture, organization culture should be there in order to help with the security. Okay.
right?
Yeah. All right. So I think we covered that. Any other ideas you have on your mind?
The other day I was noticing. Hold on, sorry.
Why you are watching news also all at the same
Something just
time?
jumped off. I think I hit it by accident. So excuse me.
Yeah, we can hear it all the way up here.
My phone is my phone. Sorry, it just turned off by accident.
No.
I was looking at something the other day about. Wow, now I can't remember what it was about. Um, Man, it was something simple, and I was like, why is no one talking about this? It was wow, and when you mentioned, I drew a blank. I started thinking about it, and I can't remember what it was. But there's a lot of like low hanging fruit, and I think one of the biggest things we go back to just to have a discussion on this is the basics that we always say is not technology doesn't need to be it. It just needs to be diligence. People have to make sure they do this every day. They have to make sure that we just mentioned talking about password managers, trying to get some multi-factor authentication set up. It's a layered approach. You know, I remember years ago I worked in regular security, physical security, I worked with a guy who used to be a burglar. And he said one of the most effective things that he hated if he went to a place to burglarize it, because he burglarized high end homes. And he said one of the biggest things I hated was the yappers, having small little rat dogs, because they always gave me away no matter what happens. And
He
he says
hated
they were
what?
the ones that would
What?
alert everyone and get.
Can you
And he says,
repeat?
and I couldn't get in the house. I couldn't get out. The lights would come on. He says, so it didn't matter what I did. Those little dogs were going to find me. They were going to hear me, and they were going to let everyone know I was there. They were better than any alarm. I couldn't turn it off. It didn't matter. He says, so the simplest things were the things that got him and always pissed him off. When he said people use motion sensor lights, when they made sure that all the doors and even if it was a glass sliding door, had some type of alarm on it, and it just little things that he said would always screw him up. But if more people did it, he wouldn't be able to burglarize so easily.
Uh-huh. So you're talking about
So I think
again,
you
you
went.
said yeah, you said
Are
layers.
you?
I like to
I
use
think I might
the
have muted you by accident. Hold on one
what?
second, you go.
Okay.
There you go. I think I can hear you now. What are you saying?
I'm saying that you said layered approach. I like to use to say the onion
Right.
layered or onion because because it's easy to see like an onion, not a multi-layer. Like, well, what is layer? What do you mean? So if you see an onion, you see it's layers, 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 right? Um, and then, as you said it now, when you have multi-layer, it's always a question. Okay, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to have, let's say, 5 layers of security that each one gives, let's say, 5 or 10%, or would you rather have one layer of 90%? And people
Well,
always go with the 90% because it represents better protection. But actually, if you have those small multi-layer or onion, right, that probably going to be more effective and will fend potential hackers right at bay. So yes, this is kind of the things that people need to think about this, and usually they don't.
right. And going back to what we were saying, the multi-layered approach or the onion approach, in a sense, you have to, and then the employees and people have to buy in, and they have to follow the rules too. Because what you were saying is, I've seen some companies where they have this major process to get into the building. You have to go through security. You got to get wanded in. You have to go and even the elevators. You have to have some type of a credential. But I've
Yeah,
seen people get around it simple because they'll go to the back and hit the commercial, the not the what do they call them, the commercial elevators where I can't think of the name of them, um where the elevators where the maintenance guys and all the people that move use, um and so that type of stuff is they can go there and there's nothing there to swipe. And then the other thing is, smokers were always one of the biggest Achilles heels in any building because they would tape a door, they'd go places where they shouldn't go, tape a door open so they could go smoke and then come back in the building. And if you followed the smokers, you'd find all the holes in security.
yes, because they they like to prop the door, do all those things, or they put like a small piece of a stone or whatever just to keep.
Right. And then a lot of them forget it. They smoke, they finish, they go back in the building, they leave it open.
Yeah, well, they finish smoking is one thing, and then but they don't keep the setup, meaning they don't restore the security, meaning they
Right.
don't. Yeah,
Right. And then that's where the problems were, is that those people, everyone knew there were problems, but nobody started doing. That's why some sites went with the no smoking on premise, so that if you got caught, you were done. So a lot of sites went that way because it was easier to say no smoking on premise at all.
uh,
Um, so
okay.
that's why a lot of them went that direction to avoid that whole thing with the smokers. And then, maintenance people, and because a lot of guys would, let's say you had painters or contractors, they would prop doors open because they would move equipment in and out, things like that. So I remember when I worked security, we would, any type of contractors, we'd watch them because you don't know what they're bringing in and what they're bringing out, and you don't know what they're leaving behind. And so those are the type of things that people don't seem to understand. And if you bring it to the technology part of it, it's the same thing. People come in the building, you have vendors that come work on different parts of your network. If you give them access to things they shouldn't have access to, they could create a problem for you.
Right.
I've seen where guys come in and they're supposed to be working on a financial database, and somebody's giving them an admin account. for the whole network. You're like, why are you giving them an admin account? Give them
because it's
an admin
because
account for that particular problem.
because
App.
it's easy. You know why they do
Right.
it? Because it's easy. It's not. It doesn't
Right.
require thinking. It doesn't require any planning. Okay, let's just give them more access that they need than they need. So it's just laziness,
Right.
simple for them.
And, and it's just simple things. That's why I try to explain people. You don't have to go out and create a bunch of use new technology, because I know some people adverse to having to do multi-factor. They hate having to, oh, where's my fob? Remember with the old pins and things like that. But there are multiple ways to do multi-factor authentication that isn't going to create any extra work for you. But once you start using it, it'll be a lot easier for you.
Right. Yeah.
You just got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just my rant for now.
Yeah. Your 2 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? I mean,
Um.
we have been busy here, so really it's very hard for us to record. But I mean, mainly I was just busy here with fixing the studio here, just making it better and improve the quality of the videos, and the sound and different things here. We did here in the background, and got extremely busy with clients with the different issues. So I had to step down a little bit from the podcasting, but hopefully we're gonna record more and post more and share our experience. And next time, I'm hoping to bring one of my guys here. We're gonna talk about two cases that were involved. One that we were able to fend a cyber attack on one of our clients on their big day. It's a jewelry company, and the other one is a construction company that they got breached, and a few issues, and another company that services company that also had the breach, and everything started with an email and then ended up in issues for them. So gonna try to bring those in and talk about them. It's just give people the idea of what's going on, how to help them with those events. And hopefully this is the plan for the next podcasting that will come. And I don't know if you'll have time, we'll be able to join us and
Definitely.
talk about this.
I'm doing some projects downstairs in my. I have a basement that is finished, but I'm putting other equipment in there, and that'll probably be like my little lab down there. Um, and I'm moving a bunch of stuff down there because I have my server down there, and I've got other stuff. So I'm going to be building a lab down there, and go from there.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so today's Friday. Now it's 5:30 p.m. We're gonna end up here. Thank you for watching. And again, Seth, thank you for joining. I
Thank
think
you.
now we'll be able to join your phone calls or whatever you need to do.
Definitely.
Again, for all the listeners, watchers, thank you for watching. We got a new subscriber this week. Thank you for subscribing. So far, we have 36 subscribers, and it's growing. So hopefully, we'll be able to grow here community. This is where I'm thinking to take this channel in the end of the day. And we send us requests. If you have anything that you want to talk about, send us an email or put a comment. And of course, don't forget to share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. And this is the Cybersecurity Insider. Thank you for watching again. Seth, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to end this with our beautiful video.